Some people who have a valid driver's license really shouldn't. When the 8 most dangerous motorists in the entire country showed up here at our rehabilitation center 2 episodes ago, I took their driver's licenses away from them.
To get them back, the shockingly bad motorists are going to have to prove they deserve to be on the roads with you and I.
I don't know how to do this!
And frankly,
That might not happen.
I need a tow truck.
This is Canada's worst driver.
you nominated Canada's worst drivers? Then we pared them down to these 8 people. One candidate has already successfully left the show.
Oh my God!
To find out which one will graduate tonight,
Let me do it.
each nominee will perform 3 driving challenges. Then, the most improved motorist will get their license back and be allowed to drive home. Marnie was nominated by her pilot boyfriend, Bruce.
She allows the vehicle to drive her.
Marnie only has a beginner's license. It's her 8th one.
Am I straight or turning? Can I get over? Is this the right way? Okay, where does this go? Should I go around? Can I get in that lane? Do I need to be in this lane or this lane?
That lane's going the other way.
Okay.
Ed was brought to us by his ex-girlfriend, Elizabeth.
If Ed becomes a much better driver, you guys will live together and be a family once more.
There would be the hope of that, yes, for sure. Absolutely.
When Ed gets frustrated, his jaw goes tight, and his driving gets dangerous.
Ed suffers severely from road rage.
Look at this. Stupid.
Then there's this bored young man.
I'm Thomas Hobbs, and I was nominated by my dumbass sister.
This Albertan is a proud street racer.
You get an adrenaline rush when you pull up to a red light, and somebody else is sitting there, and they want to fool around and see what you got, and then you just both hammer on the gas. It's like the best adrenaline rush.
If this type of driving doesn't stop, my brother's gonna end up dead for sure.
Nicola thinks her cousin Billy is the worst driver in the country.
Oh, I have to turn. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I have to turn.
This self-absorbed hairdresser keeps the rearview mirror pointed at herself.
I don't need my rearview mirror. I honestly don't. See, that's what you could be using your mirror for. Backing up.
How many accidents altogether have you had?
I ballpark it at around 15.
The next candidate, Shelby, was brought here by Elric, his brother.
I wouldn't say I'm a danger on the road.
He's just an obstacle on the road.
Shelby's not athletic, he's not confident,
Sorry.
and he's not good under stress.
Oh my God! I'm gonna puke on you, man. Whoops.
Shelby, here's where you're supposed to stop.
Shelby is a bad driver with big dreams.
I like to drive a bus because I'm actually fairly impressed with how the bus drivers drive, and nobody seems to want to hit them.
Jason was nominated by his husband, Adrian. Jason can't go the speed limit.
We need to go a little faster.
I am, look.
It's not quite 30 yet. Oh, no, you're right. We're at 30. No, well, no, not anymore.
He can't take a smooth corner.
Oh, I'm turning.
And he can't seem to see anything that's not directly in front of him.
That's a big bus, isn't it?
Where's the bus?
Oh, nothing. They're just passing us.
Where's the bus?
And finally, Carefree Jennifer was nominated as Canada's worst driver by her boyfriend, John.
When I hit things, all I can think of is go.
But it sounds almost like a hit-and-run kind of mentality.
Yeah.
In our first episode, Jennifer admitted to a long history of hit and runs.
I have hit almost 4 or 5 people walking. I have hit 6 to 10 people on bikes. I have hit 4 different vehicles.
She won't get away with that.
I wouldn't consider myself dangerous, but I wouldn't drive too close to me just in case.
If you have a regular driver's license, you can't get behind the wheel of a school bus. But if you turn this vehicle into, oh, I don't know, a cool bus, well, then you can drive it anywhere you want.
Believe it or not, if you paint a school bus and remove most of the seats, it can legally be driven by anyone with a standard license.
And the people sitting back there don't even have to wear seat belts. Who makes these rules?
We don't make the rules, we just enforce them.
That's Cam Woolley of the Ontario Provincial Police. He's here to teach our bad drivers what's at stake.
If you crash and somebody is killed, it could be life.
Joining Cam on our team of experts is Scott Marshall from Young Drivers of Canada.
Once you've shown that you have the ability to control a vehicle, protect the passengers and yourself and other road users, then you deserve to get a license.
Car racer and psychologist Dr. Luisa Gambora.
It's not just fight or flight, it could also be freeze.
And this year's most exciting addition, Philippe Letourneau, our high-performance driving teacher.
Pull hard. Back on the gas, we're going this way.
At the end of each show, the experts and I decide who will graduate.
We're focused on the most improved, not the best.
That's right.
Yeah, I did it!
And who will remain on the road to becoming Canada's worst driver.
I can't do this.
Today, the experts are about to watch a bus driving challenge.
These things aren't easy to drive.
Obviously, it wouldn't be prudent to let Canada's worst drivers bomb around the highway in an old school bus. So, we're going to have them parallel park it on the left side of a hill. To get to the parking spot, they have to drive up the hill. Now, driving a school bus is no mean feat, and guess what? This is my first time. It's just like driving a normal vehicle, yeah, right, except it's about 1 million miles long.
Once they make the first turn, it's 100 meters of straight road that's littered with obstacles.
We're gonna have to weave in and out between cars.
Reversing this 12-meter-long bus will teach the importance of always knowing where your bumpers are.
If Canada's worst drivers want to get through this course without any problems, they're going to have to get out and look on a regular basis. For me, looking in the mirror, I couldn't grasp how big a distance this was. I don't know how school bus drivers do it with a load of kids. Okay, back in action.
When I get to here, it's time to parallel park.
Oh yeah, this feels right.
To make sure our drivers are ready for this challenge.
Okay, so let's signal right.
What am I doing?
Signaling right. Keep moving.
They're each getting a private parallel parking lesson.
Okay, now to parallel park, what we want to do...
What you want to do is follow this 4-step process. Get beside the car you want to park behind. Turn the wheel towards the curb and reverse until you're aimed directly at this corner. Back straight up, then turn the wheel towards the road, swinging the front end in.
Keep it moving. And you just parallel park wonderfully.
In an oversized vehicle, the same 4 steps still apply. Get bumper to bumper, swing the back in, back up, swing the front end in, and
I am done.
This whole challenge took me 17 minutes.
Now let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
Ed will be first to park the bus.
What?
Are you legally allowed to drive that?
A bus? No.
Yes. The shocker is yes.
Really?
Really.
No.
If you remove the word school bus, and you paint it, and you take out all but 4 of the benches, anybody can drive it.
That's pretty scary.
What's scary
Okay.
is Ed's impatience.
That wasn't very good.
You got room on this side to move.
Ed is in driver's rehab because of a road rage problem. Right now,
That's wedged.
he's merely simmering.
Ed!
But if Elizabeth starts complaining,
Oh
my, what was that?
Ed will come to a rolling boil.
It's like he's driving a bulldozer or an army tank or something.
You're just plowing through things again, Ed.
In our first show, Elizabeth complained,
Bertie!
and Ed crashed. In our second show, Elizabeth complained,
You're not going 40. A little faster.
Elizabeth, don't talk to me like that.
and Ed crashed. Today, Elizabeth is complaining again.
Okay, quicker, Ed.
Okay, I'll be quick and I'll hit everything that's there.
Let's go to the left. Go to the other left now.
I don't even know what you're saying to me, Elizabeth.
Okay, you're not straight, is what I'm saying.
I know I'm not straight, but...
Look in the mirror. Look, your mirrors.
Ed's done trying, but he keeps driving the 4.5-ton bus.
He's crashing into cars like there's a prize for it.
Ed is hooked on destruction.
I'm hooked up on this car here.
It's a frightening reality.
I'm done. I think I'm done.
Okay.
Ed's hostile driving style is a symptom of a much larger problem.
He has anger issues. He needs anger management, bottom line.
And you?
I probably do too, yes. Like, I'm getting upset.
I don't quite know if you're here to save your relationship or save your driving or both.
I think it's both. I think it's related to both. Would you agree?
If he can improve his driving and control his anger, then the relationship stuff will follow and we'll see. But first, he has to become a better driver.
When Elizabeth arrived in rehab, she really wanted my opinion.
Come on, we're ready, Andrew, give it to us.
But now that I'm asking if she's part of the problem,
You can take me to the airport.
Elizabeth wants to quit rehab.
Andrew.
When we come back, Ed and Elizabeth share a session with the psychologist.
What does his losing the car keys on a daily basis, what does that do to my emotional psyche?
Why is it all about you?
And Shelby drives the bus.
Ooh.
Oh.
Canada's worst drivers are learning to parallel park.
Move the car. Move the car. Move the car.
Then they're parking a school bus.
Did I tell you already that this is not my favorite challenge?
The bus challenge sent Ed and Elizabeth into a tailspin.
You can take me to the airport.
So we called in our automotive psychologist, Dr. Luisa Gambora. This former couple came to rehab for personal reasons.
You're not here to learn anything. You're here because she's made you come.
He's been in a serious accident with my kids in the car. I'm not in the vehicle with him anymore. I don't live with him anymore. That's how I dealt with it.
Do you ever want to have a relationship with him again?
If he can get rid of his anger issues.
What if you stopped blaming? What would happen?
If I stopped blaming him, all his driving habits would continue. You're doing it wrong! You have to do it again. Jesus.
Okay,
Billy is beating you. I always try to second guess what he's thinking so I can be 2 steps ahead of him to make sure that he's okay. Like, he requires a certain amount of babysitting.
The reality is, you can't change him. Only he can change him. And he's working on that now.
While Ed thinks about that, Marnie's ready for the parking challenge.
Oh, yeah, right.
For 22 years, Marnie has been driving on a series of beginner's licenses. Marnie never tries to get her full license because driving exams make her nervous.
Oh, my.
Marnie needs to calm down. I mean, she needs to control her emotion right now.
What the was that?
That's absolutely dangerous. We need to control panic in a car. Marnie needs to control her fear.
Marnie needs to control her bus.
I think you've turned into it.
Into what?
There's a red car that you're moving. You're moving the red car.
What?
You hit that red car.
No, I didn't.
There's a car behind you. Careful.
Oh. When we say park in front of the gray car,
this is not what we mean. That's not parking, that's wrecking.
That's parallel.
Not quite.
doing this challenge took Marnie 25 minutes, but she hit 39 things.
I'm doing the best I can do.
Jennifer never parallel parks.
There's so many mirrors.
And she rarely reverses.
Are you watching your left? That's your right, honey.
Jennifer hasn't hit a single thing, but concentrating for 18 minutes in a row has left her helpless.
I can't do this.
Baby, relax.
I'm like...
Chill out. The second you do that, you yourself.
She needs to calm down and think.
Okay, I'm gonna like freak out any minute.
Don't freak out. Look at me. You're doing good, okay?
It's hard to stop being helpless and get in charge if you're getting attention like that.
Don't freak out.
Jennifer gets the bus parked without hitting a single thing. Could she have done this before coming to rehab?
There's no way I would have ever been able to do that. Oh my God, never.
I'm blown away. I really am.
Street racer Thomas is up next.
I've never backed up something big like that before.
So you'd think he'd go slow.
Oh. That's not really what I was going for.
Stop, Thomas. Stop. Stop.
Oh, I hit that little wooden sign right there.
Thomas can drive well when he wants to. And suddenly, he wants to.
That's not bad.
Obviously, parking isn't why this street racer is in rehab.
I'm the best. I'm the king, baby.
Shelby has a potentially dangerous dream.
I always thought it would be cool to drive a bus. Oh my God! It's a bus!
Shelby's bus driving dream
Stop, you hit something, go for it.
quickly becomes a nightmare.
Uh-oh.
Shelby goes back. Then Shelby goes back and forth. Then he goes back and forth and basically nowhere.
Hi, Andrew.
How's it going, my friend? I left you about 20 minutes ago and you've only made it 10 feet.
Oh my goodness.
With that, Shelby thumps around the corner, then really takes off.
Oh, he's going too fast already.
Oh. Whoa.
When Shelby careens into another car and another stack of rims, I want to stop this madness. To help Shelby, every obstacle gets moved to the side of the road by our crew, creating a straight line to the parking space. But Shelby can't reverse in a straight line.
Oh, straighten out, Shelby.
I hit the red car, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You're hitting this car on your side.
To watch Shelby finish, I'm foolishly sitting in this car.
There's parallel parking and then there's, this.
You just hit his car.
Did I?
Yes. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going. Right there.
I'm there.
Stop.
Woohoo! Oh my God, I'm no way even closer to the curb. Oh yes, I am.
There is good news. Shelby's over his bus driver dream.
After I see this, I'm thinking that would probably be a bad idea.
Billie Jean desperately needs her parking lesson.
Can we just stop wherever? It doesn't matter?
She can't park or even recognize a space.
This is so not a parking spot. Nobody ever taught her how to parallel park until now.
This is driving me nuts. How do you people get your license without learning how to parallel park? How is it possible? You flirt? What?
Yes! Billie flirted with her driver's license examiner and got a free pass.
He basically didn't really grade me. He just like sort of let me get my license.
He was hoping for a date, I guess.
Maybe.
I hope Billie's license examiner is watching this.
Oh my God, I'm freaked out.
And I hope he's freaked out.
I'm
Look in your mirrors. Look in your mirrors.
Oh my god, oh my god.
What did you hit?
I hit the car. No. Oh.
When we met Billy, she said,
I've adapted my driving skills so that I don't need my rearview mirror.
this challenge is forcing her to use the mirrors.
I'm starting to get it. Like, this is very cool that I'm learning it.
And using her mirrors,
That long I've got?
Billy parks properly.
I think I had an epiphany with mirrors right now.
Mirrors. They're not just for makeup anymore.
And so, yeah, I feel really good about that.
Jason's supposed to be next. Jason can't reverse. He can't steer. And he can't stay calm.
I'm sick. He's feeling a little nauseous.
Now, he can't bear being here anymore.
I just thinking driving is not for me.
Jason wants to quit rehab and go home.
I tried. It's not for me.
If Jason walks away, it will be without his driver's license, which I took when he arrived.
I'm gonna need your driver's license.
My God.
It's harsh.
I know.
To entice Jason into staying, we're removing everything from the road.
We changed the course. You took every single obstacle off of it. You're a driver and you're gonna stay a driver. Let's get in this thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Jason agrees to stay.
Excellent.
But even with an open road in front of him,
He still hit stuff.
I'm okay.
Jason has to stick with rehab. The alternative would be a real drag and a really long commute.
No, in a straight line.
When we come back, it's a skid and swerve challenge. If your vehicle doesn't have anti-lock brakes, the fastest way to slow it down is to skid. But while you're skidding, you're literally out of control. You're just drifting in a straight line. The trick to regaining control is remembering to release the brake halfway through the skid. That way, you'll steer to safety.
So, this challenge, I'm gonna go straight down the road at 50 kilometers an hour. When I hit a yellow line, I'm gonna lock up the brakes.
Then, one of these two obstacles will move. I'll steer towards the opening, but because I'm skidding, the car won't turn unless I release the brake, allowing the front wheels to roll.
You ready? I think I'm ready, so let's do it. Okay, get up to 50 kilometers an hour. I'm there. Hit the brakes. Whoa! Release. Yowza, get out of here because I'm still in the lane of traffic. Come around and pull over to the side of the road.
It looks simple, but releasing the brake goes totally against instinct. If drivers don't release, though, they'll skid all the way to the cop car.
Now let's see how Canada's worst drivers do.
Jennifer is first to try the skid and swerve.
Ready as I'm gonna be. I got the holy bar right here, babe.
On her first attempt, Jennifer's afraid.
I don't know if I made it to 50. I don't think I did.
On her second attempt, Jennifer brakes too soon. On her third attempt, she skids and swerves, but
Hit a cone. I hit the cone.
You hit the cone?
Yeah.
See ya.
backing into position this time, Jennifer goes through the course.
You're getting, You remember when you were learning about reversing?
Don't tell me you just broke a mirror off.
Well, that would be lying if I said I didn't.
This is a problem that John warned us about.
Mirrors mean nothing to Jennifer, and for me, I find that extremely frustrating.
I'm just wondering, do you want this mirror adjusted? Is this good here? Where's a good spot for it? Here? Here?
I don't think I can really use
Here?
it anymore.
There? Here-ish?
Yeah.
Watch where you're going.
On her fourth attempt at an emergency swerve, Jennifer hits the cop car.
No, 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 no.
Jennifer has reached the cutoff point.
I tried.
I know.
It's the best I can do, right?
Jennifer's best sets the worst bar low.
Do you deserve to graduate this episode?
No.
Next to skid and swerve is Shelby.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna kick some ass here. All right. I never swear though. Okay, I'm going now.
Oh, help us all.
Braking is instinctive. Releasing the brake to regain steering involves remembering.
He panicked, he locked his wheels, and didn't release the brake before he tried to steer.
Let's do this.
This time, Shelby wants his brother to remind him to release the brake.
Brake! Release!
The plan works.
All right. I kick some bottom.
It took Shelby 3 attempts, but he succeeds.
I'm happy. Woo!
Nervous Marnie's next.
Go when you're ready.
Marnie brakes too soon on her first and second attempt. Then she forgets to release the brake.
Oh.
This time I know you're gonna do it.
So do I.
Marnie came to rehab with no confidence whatsoever.
Brake.
Now, she thinks she's cured.
You did it.
I did it.
Marnie did it.
Where's old Marnie?
I know she's gone. She's not coming back.
Street racer Thomas has done this kind of driving before.
Yeah.
When he's not street racing, Thomas is fine. Ed is feeling the pressure today. On his first 2 attempts, Ed doesn't turn.
That wasn't good. Gotta go back again.
This challenge requires good peripheral vision. Ed doesn't have that.
How many fingers can you count on the side?
1.
And one last time up here.
1.
His peripheral vision is significantly affected on the right-hand side.
When Ed drives, he can't see the other lanes.
Okay, you're up there. I'm wondering if you're seeing those blocks going in time to respond. The last two times,
I'm not seeing the blocks go
you're
down.
not
That's
seeing the
why I'm
blocks
not
go
turning.
down. I know. I think it's your peripheral vision.
Ed's not alone. Almost 1/3 of Canadian drivers have medically recognized vision problems.
Left! He's not seeing the things being blown away.
When it comes to skidding and avoiding, Ed's a failure.
But it's not a failure. I think you learned what to do in that instance.
Yeah, I learned the lesson. Yeah, exactly.
Billie Jean is dressed for success.
This is your grad dress, hey?
Yeah, we have to graduate today.
Wacky shoes, though.
Billie arrived driving in stilettos. Now,
These are my driving shoes. Walking shoes, dancing shoes, driving shoes.
You dance in those things?
Oh, yeah.
Just get up to 50.
with delicate feeling on the pedals, Billie is able to brake and release.
Okay, and then go straight and then pull over.
She was really focused at her task, and you could see her eyes moving a lot, so she was looking for a solution. And it was very impressive.
This is a great job for Billie Jean.
So that means I graduate today?
It does mean she's on the short list.
All right, now I can put my party shoes back on.
Jason will be the next driver.
Go when ready, Jason. Impress me. Do it. No.
Go, fast, fast. Floored.
Jason's first run is so slow he can't skid.
Not fast enough.
Oh. Then he brakes too soon. Then he skids.
Now!
But doesn't release. Jason wanted to quit rehab.
Good, 50. Now! And release.
Quitting would have been dangerous.
I can't believe I did it. Like 10 days ago, you want me to do it the first day? Guess what I did? I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna, goodbye, Andrew. Sayonara.
Jason is on the road to recovery.
Yeah!
When we come back, it's madness in the parking lot.
Oh, of that freaking bus!
To see if Canada's worst drivers are literate when it comes to reading road signs, we're showing them an assortment of basic signs like narrow road ahead, pavement becomes gravel, and beware of trucks.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's passing lane for 2 kilometers, next 2 kilometers.
Very good.
Thomas gets every sign right. Shelby doesn't.
2 kilometers an hour, I guess.
The worst of the worst, though, is Jason.
I would say stay on the left. Mark the road end. This one will be unmarked road.
No.
Oh, this one, I would understand the no parallel driving. No parallel parking?
No. No.
They drive same speed very fast, side by side.
The sign does not say no racing.
I definitely know that's a no. So maybe, I don't know.
No passing.
No passing. Ah.
More disturbing is that Jason thinks he passed this test.
I probably got, I got 11.
No, Jason got 4 of 13 correct.
If you think about it philosophically, a parking space is really nothing. Yet, it can be stolen. Parking is cultural. And in our country, parking comes with ethical rules. Thanks. And it also comes with legal rules. The next challenge for our bad drivers is to see if they can find a spot for their car in Canada's worst parking lot. Pick a car now.
For fairness, vehicles are chosen randomly.
I don't know what mine is.
Jennifer's is the Mustang. Jason gets the larger Roadmaster.
I wish I got that one. That one looks so easy.
Good Lord.
Marnie gets the even bigger Suburban.
Holy how do you even get in the thing?
And Billie Jean gets into her new driving shoes.
Oh, look at that. I'm creating habits every day.
Do you know what the directions are?
Nope.
The directions are simple. Park in any open space unless it has a no parking sign. If drivers do make an infraction, their penalty is to leave the lot and drive a quick loop before returning.
I really don't want to do that loop.
Oh, Marnie looks like she wants to die.
Oh.
Don't hit us, Jason. You don't hit us.
Go! Jason goes nowhere fast.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. You just got to find. Which gear are you in?
I don't know. I can't see.
With a little persistence, Jason finally manages to back into Marnie.
He hit me already?
Yep.
Now, do you want me to fix your mirror for you?
What mirror?
Jennifer is first into the lot and first to make a parking violation.
Jennifer parked in a handicap reserved spot. She has to respect those who need that space.
I know I can hardly see it though.
If you can hardly see it, that means you can see it. But can Ed see Jennifer?
Ed, he's like crazy.
Ed's crazy.
Ed's a psycho.
Jason still hasn't managed to get turned around.
Jason, you gotta drive to park, buddy.
Jason! I'm passing you, buddy, sorry!
Ed is not seeing this spot in the corner.
It's the only spot that's open, and it's wide open.
There's no available spots right now in this lot.
I see.
One of our blocker cars shows Ed the space.
How did he get to that spot there?
Our blocker cars are here to steal spots.
There was a spot there?
And test the patience of Canada's worst drivers.
Look at Ed. Ed looks hateful.
That's a crazy driver, that dude.
Meanwhile,
we have our first parker.
No laughing, no giggling, a serious attitude.
You're good on this side.
Good on this side.
Okay, cool. Let's get out.
let's face it, this is half good parking and half good luck.
Yes, up top. All right.
Marnie is being lured into a no parking spot.
Is this a spot here? It is, too. Look at that.
What does that sign say?
Marnie's pretty sure it says, park here.
I think you're wrong.
But there's no other
I
spots,
think it's-
Bruce. Think about it.
I think it says no parking.
But think about it. There's no other spots.
Jason's found a spot.
Hard, 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 hard.
He's gonna hit. Oh, no.
No, you just touched that pylon. I just want you to recognize that.
Okay. Oh, I didn't see it.
Everyone sees our next blocker vehicle.
Is that a bus?
Oh, no way.
Oh my God!
And it gets more challenging as time goes on.
After the break, everyone has advice for Marnie.
I'm starting to get frustrated. Bruce, just tell me.
Canada's worst drivers have been trying to park for the last 17 minutes. Marnie over here is parking in the no parking spot she studied earlier.
You're gonna do it, are you?
You can't park there. Do you see this no parking sign?
I saw it and I debated it, but I was trying to keep it simple.
No parking on this side of the line that you're actually crossed over.
That's 2 infractions at once.
You don't park at home, do you?
No.
Moods are changing.
Oh, man!
Ed parks, second overall.
Oh, that freaking bus!
It's all right.
I'm gonna smash right into that. I'm getting frustrated now. Oh my God.
Jason had a parallel parking lesson yesterday, but
she's just hitting a Corvette.
Yep, gotta go around again.
To mix it up, we ask Ed to leave. Thomas pounces on the open space. Thomas drives well when he's not street racing. When this blocker car pulls out, Shelby tries pulling in, but thinks he can't make the turn.
Shelby, you're fine. You have like so much room.
No!
What do you mean no? Get in there!
Shelby's almost on the line, but almost is good enough.
It could be more, aesthetically pleasing, but that's parking. And if you'll excuse me, I just heard of another moving violation. Don't do that! Marnie, are you driving with no seatbelt? Get out of this parking lot and do a lap.
Jason is back to try parallel parking again.
Oh, come on, Jason, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
But his husband is being grabby.
Start to turn the wheel the other side?
No, not yet.
That's so dangerous for a passenger to just grab the driver's wheel. I would have tossed that passenger out of the vehicle.
I agree with you. Jason's gonna have to do something with Adrian.
Finally, Jason does do something.
Hard, 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 hard. Is that as hard as it'll go?
Go out, go out.
Dry turns, good dry turns.
During this challenge, Adrian gave Jason over 300 individual directions.
This much, this much, this much, this much. A little bit more, Stop!
Well, this should be interesting. 2 people left, 1 spot.
Marnie's in position for the spot, but she needs help.
Tell me quickly.
Go ahead where you were.
I'm starting to get frustrated. Bruce, just
So
tell me.
am I. Now, put it in reverse and turn left.
That's Bruce's opinion.
Yeah, Marnie, you're so not fitting in there.
Everyone has an opinion.
Yeah, that a girl. Keep it cranked that way. No other.
How many bad drivers does it take to park a Suburban?
I can only listen to one person. And Bruce is...
Stop!
Oh, Marnie, you ran over the barrel.
Oh, for sake.
Jennifer pulls in.
Nice.
That means the only person without a spot is Marnie.
Wait, Mommy, stop. Just stop a second.
I don't need advice. I'm frustrated, guys. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated. I'm sorry.
That's all right, darling.
Shelby.
It's over. And Marnie has nowhere to go.
Where are you going? Are you looking where you're going?
No.
No.
It's time now for the bad drivers to talk to the experts about what they've learned.
I'm in control of that vehicle now. The vehicle is not in control of me.
Are you going?
No, I'm not going. I haven't learned quite enough yet.
Thomas is about to learn that his street racing could land him in the slammer.
What you're doing is actually committing a criminal offense. The maximum penalty is 5 years in jail. If you crash and somebody is killed, it could be life.
And that's not all.
If you use an automobile to commit dangerous driving, it is subject to forfeiture to the Crown, and this isn't an idle threat. This is happening more and more, especially with street racing.
When we come back, we'll pick this episode's graduate.
Jason?
No way.
No way. No way.
It's time to decide which nominee for the title of Canada's worst driver will be our newest graduate.
I got their licenses right here. This is what it's all about. So let's not create our short list of who might graduate. Let's just say who's not going to graduate. Need I say Shelby?
No.
No.
No way.
Billie Jean?
I think she's ready. She is the most improved.
Yeah, she backed up at the mirrors, and it was like a revelation for her.
The mirrors, the footwear, she's driving common sense.
I'm worried that she's not ready yet.
Jennifer, I'd say no way.
No way.
No way.
So,
No way.
Ed?
No way.
Jason?
Not a chance.
way.
No way. No way. Marnie?
I'm seeing transformation. I'm seeing change.
I don't think she's quite ready to graduate.
Who is ready then? Who's your vote?
I think Thomas, if we could give him a taste of what the track is all about, I think that might make a difference.
Well, we can get him a taste of it. That's easy.
His skill level is much better than the others, and his attitude has changed a lot.
I have a hard time believing he could shift right now in front of me.
So, who should graduate? 3 people are on the short list.
Billie Jean, Thomas. Thomas, if we can get him to a track.
Billie Jean.
So, it's a dead heat. Billy Thomas. All right, I'm taking all the driver's license, and I'm going to think about this as I go to the ceremony. We've reached the end of our 3rd episode here at Canada's Worst Driver, which means it's time for someone to get their license back as our newest graduate. Let's face it, every single one of you needs to wear a helmet. But one of you needs to wear it a whole lot more than the rest of you. Jason, I'm not talking about you. Thomas, I am talking about you. I have your license. I'm about to give it back. The question is, do I give it back to you in one piece? Or do I give it back to you in 90 pieces? If you want this back in one piece, all you have to do is promise me, all of Canada, and all of your new bad driver friends that you will never, ever again race on public roads.
I promise I'll never race on public roads for all of our safety, including my own.
Okay. You're the newest graduate. This is the part of the show where we normally let the graduate drive home, but for you, we got a ride, because you're not going home. Get in that car.
Bye, Thomas.
See you later.
Good luck.
Bye, Thomas.
Instead of taking Thomas home, we're bringing him to a high-speed track for his first legal car race.
Like all my races together don't even add up to how much I've amped up. We got an adrenaline rush for this one. Not even close.
Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
Watch the wall.
I'll watch the wall.
Yeah.
In between the heats of serious speed freaks, Thomas will get to race our Mustang against some local dude's obscenely large pickup truck.
3, 2, 1, go! The pickup truck on the outside comes cleanly off the line, beating Thomas into the first turn, which is virtual death in a one-lap race like this. But Thomas heads for the high side of the angled track and flirts with the wall before giving it the juice and pulling neck and neck with his rival in the final turn. It's anyone's race now as they fly towards the finish line. It's Thomas by a bumper.
That's sweet. I'm ready to stick to my promise and keep off the street racing like that and keep it on the track because it's so much more fun. I'm just shaking and everything. It's sweet. So much better. Definitely keep it on the track. Definitely. Sweet, eh, buddy?
It is sweet. Thomas Hobbs, a reformed street racer, is our newest graduate.
That's sweet.
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver,
Oh, Ed!
the lessons get personal.
You will be sleeping in another bed tonight, I swear to God.
Marnie is taught how to drive on ice.
Oh my God!
Billie Jean discovers how an automatic gear shifter really works.
I've never seen that before.
And Shelby
Go, go, go. Get some speed, man. Go.
learns how to ride a bike.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.